Is there anybody in the room? You still have some room left for some goals and some dreams. Alright, so here's what I want you to do for me. I want you to write that down for me, alright? I want you to write that down for me. Alright now. Now remember, the goal is execute, execute, execute. Right, so here's the challenge that I have. So there are two groups of people walking the earth. Right, you got one group right now. Now both groups have these dreams and these goals. Both groups, from the time that they were young, saw things on television, read things in books. They physically saw people doing things. And he was like, yo, I want to do that. Like, I want that. I remember being a kid, and I used to watch the Brady Bunch. And I used to be like, yo, I want a family like that. I remember watching it. See, my mom had me. She got pregnant at 17 with me. I didn't really start talking to my biological father, like literally having a conversation with my biological father, since I was 30. So as a child, because I didn't have that, traditional home, I remember looking at the Brady Bunch going, I remember I'll leave it to Beaver. Ha ha ha, leave it to Beaver. Like, I just like that, as cleavers, like they just had it going on. You know what I'm saying? They never like really argued. Say like they worked everything out. Everybody like have rows and respond. It was just they were great, right? And so I remember growing up like, yo, one day, like this is my reality for one day. One day I might have a family. Just like leave it to Beaver. Like, I remember saying it to myself. And I remember friends like, they want to drive these kind of cars and leaving these type of neighborhoods. I wasn't really thinking about that kind of stuff. I was just like, you know what? Like, one day I just want to have a happy family. Like, I want to come home and I want my kids like run up to me. Dad, when they get older, I want them to be proud of me, right? I just had these dreams. Imma put my kids through college. They not gonna have to pay through for college. Imma put them through college like they gonna go to. These big colleges and whatever. I had dreams. Right, I had dreams. So what I want you to do for me is I want you to. And I know a lot of you are adults and you're adulting and sometimes you don't have time for dreams and goals and stuff. Right? But I want you to do me a favor. Like, don't let life do you like that. Like, don't let life put you in a circumstance or situation where you stop dreaming. Like, don't let life put you in a situation where you are helping somebody else make their dreams become a reality. You forgot you have your own. Like, don't do that. Don't get so caught up giving some job 30, 40, 50, 60 hours of your day that you don't have any time left for yourself. So what we gonna do right now? We gonna get back to the basics, right? We gonna get back to, and I wake up every day and people say, yo, what's the thing? I know you say execution, but like, what's that thing? And it's like to be fruitful, to multiply, to have dominion. Like, no, when I wake up every day, like I claim that the first commandment was, I was commissioned to be fruitful, to multiply, and I have dominion. Like, that's what I was commissioned to do. Like, that's the command. So I want you to write down those dreams and goals that you still have, that you have not accomplished. I want you to write them down. And so do me a favor. I don't want reality right now. I'm not interested in how much your student loans are. I'm not interested, 'cause your student loans are sucking your dream. I'm not interested right now. And I got a divorce and right now I just can't. I'm not interested. Not interested, Erik. I lost a child and you don't know what it's like to. I'm not interested in your reality right now. I want you to get back to your dreams. I want you to get back to your ghost. Because no matter what is happening in life, you got another 30 years, another 40 years, another 50 years. Like, you can't get stuck on. Like, you can't let that thing that devastated you in 1989, the thing that devastated you in 1996, 2001. Like, you can't wake up every day to 2001. 2001 was a tragedy, yes. It was, but you can't stay there. You can't keep waking up to that. You gotta wake up to your dreams and go look. I always tell people we all go through pain. Get a reward for yours. We all go through pain. We all go through pain, we all go through something. We all go through our go-through. I wouldn't have time to tell you about all the trauma that I went through in my life, but I just figured since I went through so much trauma, I might as well use the trauma to make all my dreams become a reality. So you got my homie that called me other day. Like we had a I'm like I'm. This is blowing my mind, I'm like God. I'm the #1 motivation in the world. Like I don't know why you calling me. And you not getting personal development from me. Now this is what I just said. This is my best friend in the whole wide world. This dude very close like this. The dude I trust with my wife and my kid. Like this is the person that my dreams. Like he helped me with my dream. I said, why are we on the phone? Talking about deficits right now. Why are you doing that, do you know? Do you know people who don't know me? And I'm not their best friend in the whole wide world. Have gone through one of my programs. And now they killing the game. And you know me and you not killing the game. So we're on the phone, I'm like, yo God, do me a favor, like, can we stop talking about your reality? I'm not interested, I'm like right now in marital bliss. And you trying to bring me back to divorce. Are you talking about your marriage and where it ain't? I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm in bliss, so don't bring me there, I'm a multi-millionaire. You're talking about you ain't making no. You're not making enough money to take care of you. I don't want to talk about that talk. Can we talk about your dreams and goals and get to M? So we're having a conversation, right? And so I said, look, stop. Just stop, right? Just tell me, what are your dreams to go you like? To be a multi-millionaire, to do this with my wife. Take care of my kid. Look. I want you to look at your goals. I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you know what it takes to make that happen? Like, do you like literally like? Because this is all it's gonna take, 3 things. This is all it's gonna take, do you know what it takes? Look, the only thing it takes to go from where I went to a homeless high. Kids. I went from being a high school dropout getting a GD to having a PhD. Listen to me. The only thing it takes is knowing what it takes. So one day I woke up and was like, okay, East, stop talking about what you don't have. You need to know what you don't know, so you can get to where you're trying to get to. Listen to me, guys, I'm real simple. The first thing I'm gonna ask you, do you know what it takes? That's it now. If you know what it takes, that's great. You mark it off. And I remember before being in that room with Warren Buffett. I never even thought about making that kind of money. I never thought about making money. But I was sitting in the room with Warren Buffett. So I get in the room with Warren Buffett. And what blows my mind is that he's human. Look, there are those of you who watch people on TV and you go awe and you admire them and you love them. And some of you watch so much TV because you really want to live your dreams. To somebody else, you're not ready to do the work. Real, so you watch it on TV so you can get inspired. And so Warren Buffett will. Everybody sitting down, Warren Buffett walks in the room. And Warren Buffett walks in the room and blows my mind. I'm like, yo, this dude is human. Like, he didn't come in with an Italian suit on. He came in with like a normal. I'm like, that's a normal suit. You know what's so crazy? He could wear a serious robot suit. Because he was already the one rich man in the world. He didn't have to come in and impress nobody. He didn't have to come in and prove that he was rich. Because we know he rich. I'm like, what an amazing feeling. Like, you can be your authentic self. Like, one puppet didn't have to come in. Because of other guys came in and they had their suits that he didn't have on. And they had the $1 million watches that he didn't have on. And they had the shoes that he wasn't wearing. He had a normal tie on, he didn't have it all the way up. He didn't have a Pat Riley like it was just a normal button up. And he came in the room and he's not GQ, so he wasn't trying to act like. He came in to give financial advice. And I sat there listening to this man talking. I was like, whoa. My mom worked for Ford, she later got married. The person that became my father worked at GM. My whole life, I never heard that conversation before. I had only heard the working class language. It was a different language. I walked out of that room, was like, yo, I know what it takes. So being successful is not who you are. This is what you know. So I need to get a different relationship to knowledge. So you're in this room, and we've been here for a few days. We did not come here to be entertained. You did not come here to get pumped up. And I'm telling you I'm high right now. So I'm high. But I did not come here just so you can get pumped up or get high. You have been given information. You are this close to making every dream you wrote down happen. Why? Because you have been taught by the best of the best. You have been taught by the best of the best. You've been taught by people who've been doing this for years. You've been taught by people who love you and care for you, people who are giving you information that you're not going to get randomly. On your own, you are getting 10, 20, 30 years of experience in an hour. And so you are this close to your dreams and goals. So I have to ask you the question. You have the information. Now what are you going to do with it? You have the information. I sat in a room with one book. And listen to me very closely. You type my name in, and this is by the glory of God. You type my name in, and it's going to say something. You put my name in Google. Something's going to come up. I come from working class parents. But when I left that room with Warren Buffett, I became a multimillionaire. And I never had to talk to Warren Buffett ever again. I didn't have to call Warren Buffett and ask him, now what did you say again? I took the information that I was given, and I murdered it. What do you have today that you never had before? And what are you going to do with it? You have enough information right now that if you never got any more information, you have enough to make everything you wrote down become right. Here's the challenge though. The challenge is not what you know. It is not what you've learned today. The challenge is what you knew before today. I'ma say it slower, cause it's the simplest thing I'm ever gonna say. What you already know is why you where you are. And if you're going to get to the next level, you're gonna have to erase everything you knew about. What you knew, what you thought you knew. I'ma say it again cause I see some people like, whoa, Erik, I'm trying to catch that. It is the stinking thinking that got you where you are right now. It is the limited belief that have. You are where you are right now. You have a limit belief. I remember that I thought I could never do this, but only for people who look like me. I remember when I was like 19, 20, and I start speaking 2021, and I would go to historically black colleges, and I would kill it. And I remember somebody asking me not to do historically black. But you come out of my particular community, my particular way of speaking, my particular way of doing things. And I'm thinking to myself when I first got there, I was like, whoa, I don't know if I could do this. Like they don't come from where I come from. Like they don't talk like I talk. Like they don't have the experience that I had. I don't know if I have anything to say. And God said to me, you what? I never get talking to Les Brown and Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor, Les Brown was like, yo, you the number one motivation to speak in the world. I wasn't even a number at that time. He said, you the number one motivational speaking the world. And I remember, I'm not going to say it out loud, but I remember how the conversation started. I actually named somebody that I thought was number one. He said, how dare you say their name out loud and say they number one? You the number one motivational speaking the world. And you better not ever say they number one. You number one. And I said, hold up, what? But I just start speaking. He says, no one on the planet is giving free information away. Like you giving free information away. Nobody in the planet loves people away. There's no other motivational speaker going to prison. There's no other motivational speaker talking to 12 kids in a detention center. There's no other motivational speaker going to schools and shaking kids' hands on their way to school, and not getting paid to die for it. Meet him at 6:30 saying good morning. He said, you are the number one motivational speak in the world. Because nobody cares about humans like you care. He said, you ain't even charging, boy. You know how much money you should be charging. Bob, practice how much you charge. I was like, about 5-10 grand. He was like, what? Bob Practice said what I was like. But 5-10 grams right here in Phoenix. When we spoke together, he said, don't you ever do that again. No less than 20,000. I went back, told my secretary like this. May I talk to Barbara? He said, no less than. I had to fire her from that position. and give her another position. Because she couldn't say 20,000 when people call. I'm being real, she couldn't say it. She when she said it. She didn't say like she believed it. And so people be like, no. Bring it all the way down. And the CJ was like, let me say it 'cause I've been with him. I see him at the schools, I see him at the prisons. I see him at Michigan State, doing program for kids every week. When the teacher, they don't even want him doing it. Let me tell you 20,000, and if you don't. CJ would say 20,000 if you call me tomorrow. It's gonna be 25. No, you not hear what I'm saying. So I remember I got a couple 20s. Went back to Bob Proctor like Bob Proctor. I got he was like, how you doing, Erik? I'm like, great, how is it going with the finals? Like, man, it's great, I'm doing 20 now, he was like. I said, you told me 20, he said, I never told you 20. I said, no less than 20. What your limited beliefs heard. Your limited beliefs heard. You said I didn't say that. That's what that's what your past told you. That's what you getting a GED told you. Your biological father not being in your life told you. Because you don't value yourself. You think it's tough, I'm telling you, son. There are people in this earth that value you. More than you value yourself. They look to you. In a way that you don't look to yourself. You will not get what you're supposed to get. Until you value yourself. And you kill all your limited beliefs. So I need you to do me a favor. Just write it down 'cause you don't have enough paper. But write down your limited beliefs. And when you get home, I need you to address them. He said, Erik, I used to be like God. I don't know if I could do corporate. He said, son, I need not only can you do it, you must do it. He go, you're gonna bring something and nobody else is bringing. And I was like, what do I bring and nobody else is bringing? He said that message that you think isn't important is so important. And guess what message I was bringing to corporate? I was bringing so you a 7-figure earner, but you not a 7-figure dad. God was like, do you know how important this message is? Just because you not talking money. Like they talking money, this has nothing to do with it. You just told my man that he need to be a 7-figure spouse. He's not a 7-figure spouse. He's one-dimensional, he knows how to make money. But the rest of his life sucks. Challenge him to get the triple-double life. Challenge them to get to trouble. Yes, you've invested in stocks and bond. But you ain't invested into your wife. You've invested into the stock market, but not your kids. And your son is in a gang. Because the gang has beaten you. Are you killing it at the company? But when you come home, you're not killing it with your child. That's why. Your daughter was somebody she shouldn't be with. That's why your daughter wants to commit suicide. 'Cause her daddy ain't giving her attention that she needs. So do me a favor. I just want you to give your company this. Don't stop giving your company that attention. But I challenge you to give your wife the same energy that you give in your company.